Thank you.
Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder, comic book collector, and the host of the Go Collect Speculation video. In this episode, we are going to spend some time talking about 6 blog posts that have been sent in to Go Collect. This first blogger does something that I think is really cool. This second blog post is actually near and dear to my heart. So this next blog post is right up my alley. I want to play a game. The MCU has done some pretty interesting things, right? The folks over at Go Collect, it was all about more than meeting the eye. You could potentially get ahead of the curve, and we all know that Marvel is going to do something with Daredevil. While we are on this topic of Spider-Man, we have to acknowledge the elephant that is in the room, and the elephant is Miles Morales, a 3.5 sold. So there you have it. We have reached the end of another Go Collect weekly recap. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and we'll tune in next week.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Wizard World Virtual Experiences as the crowd emojis wildly. You can applaud too from the safety and comfort of your home, but we can't hear. Oh, wow, that's the real life sound effects in the background. Amazing. But let's show us your love as well digitally with all those emojis. If you're on Facebook, give it those thumbs up, those hearts, the little care person. If you're on YouTube, just, I don't know, just give me a bunch of exclamation points. And Twitch, we know you all love your emojis out there. You create emojis, so start putting them in the chat. Show us your love. We have folks watching from around the world. This panel is streaming to you completely free and live to the comfort and safety of your home on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Let's check in where everyone is watching from. Just a brief sample. There's hundreds of people watching all over the place. Ireland, the UK, Detroit, Nashville, Michigan, Colorado, Canada, Pennsylvania, Germany, Brazil, Israel, Germany again, Mexico, South Carolina, Rialto, California, Australia. Shout out to our Australia fans. And we know you're watching at 3 or 4 a.m., so thanks for staying up. England, the UK. Let's see where Facebook's watching from. Also England, Iowa, Texas, Florida, Ohio, right near the home of Superman, Cleveland, and Hungary in the house as well. This is amazing. We have fans watching from around the world, and that's what's been so awesome and so special about these virtual experiences. We can't wait to get back to the physical convention scene, but in the meantime, and actually, you know, for the foreseeable future, we are going to continue these because the connection between the fans and your favorite TV shows has been awesome. Speaking of your favorite TV shows, we are about to bring out the cast from CW's Supergirl in the Arrowverse in just a few moments, but some quick housekeeping things. As I mentioned, this panel is completely free, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching it later in the week. Just know that there are some paid virtual experiences you can take advantage of as well. We're going to get to as many fan questions as possible today. Feel free to tag at Wizard World in the comments and send those questions in. But if you would like more one-on-one time with each of these amazing actors or all of these amazing actors, head to wizardworldvirtual.com. Again, that's wizardworldvirtual.com. Click on the Supergirl cast and purchase those one-on-one video chats. It's you, a Wizard World employee, and your favorite actor in a Zoom room privately. It's super awesome. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. In addition to that, which will be happening in 3 days' time, from this live panel, there will be autographs and video recorded messages on sale. So, you know, take care of yourself, treat yourself, take care of a loved one, a special birthday present, or just a gift to say hello coming up. Take advantage of those autographs and video recorded messages. Go to the Wizard World Vault. We can't have physical conventions right now, which is super sad, but we still want to support our amazing artists and vendors that we have out at each of our conventions. So we've done our best to create a virtual convention floor at the Wizard World Vault. That's wizardworldvault.com. Head there to check out all of your Supergirl, Superman, Arrowverse memorabilia, signed autographs, works of art, Funko Pops, all kinds of amazing stuff there. So definitely check that out. Shout out to our sponsor, Go Collect. They are keeping comic collection and comic grading alive. Go to gocollect.com where you can get your comics reviewed, your posters reviewed, all that signed memorabilia. They also have a fun video blog where they review, you know, different comics and different posters. So shout out to Go Collect for sponsoring all of the panels in July here. We appreciate them. That's it for me. I know you've heard enough. My name's Mike G. I'll be your moderator for today's panel. Let's bring out the people that you have been waiting for. You know this gentleman from Desperate Housewives, The Game, Necessary Roughness. He is the best friend of Clark Kent, original photographer of the Daily Planet before moving to National City. He is Jimmy Olsen by day. By night, he is the Guardian. Let's please give it up for Makad Brooks, everybody.
Woo!
What's up, guys?
Makad.
Hey,
God, this
how are
is a
you guys?
super polite. You have a super polite group of actors with you today. Not everybody claps for everyone, but this whole crew is
Well,
clapping for everybody. I think that's super sweet.
Supergirl, we have a very connected love for each other. So there's that.
I like that. I like the connected love. I know the fans. I know the fans for that, and that's why we're such huge fans. Let's get everybody out there. Let's continue the love fest. From being human, Defiance, No Tomorrow. He is a member of the Legion of Superheroes. From the 30th century, team member of Mon El and Saturn Girl, Brainiac 5, but we know and love him as Brainy. Let's hear it for Jesse Rath.
Woo!
Jesse,
Woo!
thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You know, I want to check in with where everybody's tuning in from as we bring it out. Makad, where are you calling in from? Where are you zooming in from?
Tulum, Mexico.
Yeah, we've got some people watching from Mexico right now. I think it's fun not only to see,
hola.
yeah, where the fans are watching.
Yeah.
Awesome. Jesse, where are you zooming in from?
I'm in Vancouver, Canada, or National City,
Oh,
as we call it.
Man. I love you, Jesse.
Hey, you're ready. You're ready to get back and start shooting if we need
Exactly.
to. You know?
Yeah, I'm ready when everyone else is.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's bring out our next guest. The litany of work and specifically nerd-based work this gentleman has done is insane. Battlestar Galactica, Smallville, Being Human, Once Upon a Time, Riverdale. He plays numerous characters in the Star Wars animated and video game universe, but we hated him. We usually love him, but we hated him as Agent Liberty, serving to exterminate all extraterrestrials. Ben Lockwood in Supergirl. Let's hear it for Sam Witwer.
Woo, Sammy!
Yeah.
Also
Hi,
affectionately
how's it going?
known as the person with the best microphone here right now, I think.
Why, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Sam, you're obviously
Had to show
in...
up everybody, huh?
Yeah. Hey, voice actors, you know what I mean? They got to show up. You're obviously in your home, but tell us where you are and where you're zooming in from.
Los Angeles.
Very nice.
He's in the living room of the home.
That's right.
He's in the office.
It's my home is a big giant geek museum, basically. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really
We can see all your. I see a lot of graphic novels and books in the back there. It's totally awesome. Let's keep this going because we've got more to come. We're only halfway through. Known for such amazing classic films as The Legend of Billie Jean, Ruthless People, The Secret of My Success, City Slickers. She was the original 1984 Supergirl, both in the film and then the later TV series. Came back and made an appearance on Smallville and just couldn't stay away from Superman and Supergirl. She's back as brilliant scientist and adoptive mother of Kara. Please give it up for Helen Slater. Of course it said Kara. That's like the classic mistake. It's Kara. How dare I? I gotta call my own self out there. Helen, tell us where it looks lovely where you are. You've got some nice woods in the background there. Where are you zooming in from?
I'm in Los Angeles too.
Very nice.
LA.
Very nice. Well, thank you for joining us. I know it's morning for you all there, so we appreciate it. All right. Speaking of connections in the Superman universe, she was Lois Lane from Smallville. She's also Dr. Alex Reed from Saving Hope. She also rejoined the DC universe as Allura. Please give it up for Erica Durance.
Hi. Hey, everybody.
Erica. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome to have you here. We have so many different generations of Superman related series, and we appreciate you joining us. Where are you coming in from?
Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Jesse, gotta hang out. Social distance. Social
A
distance.
few feet apart.
Yeah. Although I'm sure Vancouver's doing a much better job than some areas we won't specify.
Well, so far we've had good luck. So
So far.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed. Yeah, exactly.
I think everybody's doing better than America.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I think we can.
Numbers are numbers.
Yeah, I think we can safely say that, Makad, 100%. But obviously, stay safe. You know what I mean? I think certain places that are doing well for a reason. So we wish you continued health and continued success with that. Last but not least, she appeared on Royal Pains as a transgender teen. teen. She's in the HBO documentary titled The Trans List. The amount of work that this young lady has done for the trans community is astounding. And we cannot thank her enough. I speak on behalf of all the LGBTQ folks watching right now that we're just shouting out her name and thanking her for all of the work that she's done. The first transgender superhero. I can't believe we're even saying that now. First transgender superhero on television. Please bring out Nura Now, Dream Girl, Nicole Maines, everybody. Keep it going. Keep it going. It's a dramatic entrance. Keep it going. Keep the applause. There she is.
I kept trying to start my video and I was like, oh no, the host won't allow it. Like, the transphobia just.
Well, Nicole, we apologize. We told you that there were so many fans in the chat asking what food you'd be eating, because apparently that's something that you do, is you're often eating food on your panels, is what the fans seem to think.
I went to the, here's my tale. I went to the kitchen. I tried to find something good, something kind of quiet, because I like to munch while we're doing the panels, and I couldn't find anything that wasn't crunchy. So the only other thing we had was tequila, and I didn't feel that should be brought on. So
a tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time. All we had in the house was tequila.
Whoa! Look at that. That's definitely not just coconut water, Makad. It looks like a little. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's okay, Nicole. What's nice about these? Well, where are you
from
zooming?
The trees, guys.
Oh man,
that looks good.
Yeah, it looks real good. Yeah. Nicole, where are you zooming in from? Like, what time is it where you're at right now?
It is 12. 12. I'm in Austin, Texas.
Oh, very nice.
We're in the same time zone. Awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, it's okay. 11 a.m. is the official sort of, you can start drinking during this time. So anyone.
Oh, this is not alcohol. this is not alcohol.
Okay,
yeah.
just
who puts alcohol directly in the coconut?
A genius.
Yeah. I feel like I've been to many resorts that have it exactly in the coconut. I'm not sure.
Well, I guess I'm not a big drinker, so I don't know.
You put the lime in the coconut and then you shake it all up.
You put the lime in the coconut.
Jesse, that's two quotes from songs within the last couple of minutes there. You had Beauty and the Beast right up.
Very good.
We're talking about Jesse here. There's going to be like 10, 15 more.
I know. Oh, this is shaping up to be a good panel. I'm excited.
Yeah. Erica, you started to say something there. What were you reacting to?
No, I was just saying I think that the alcohol consumption rules are different during quarantine.
They are 100%.
Agreed.
Depending on the household.
Oh, yeah.
So if we see Nicole turn off her video just for a quick second, we all know what's happening. Let's get to the fan questions right away. Obviously a hugely successful series, season 5 just ending and with huge cliffhangers after the whole crisis, and then like kind of the denouement, if you will, the follow-up on Supergirl, and then kind of an abbreviated ending, not being able to get to see episode 20, but still having 19. Anyway, that's my long setup just to say, like, congratulations on your success. We're so excited to see season 6 whenever that will happen. I know it's not official yet, but we hope it's coming soon. I'd just like to start off with a fan question. This is from Welsh Dragon U. This is for everybody. We'll just bounce around the room. It's pretty general, but what so far has been your favorite memory, or what can you say about just the extreme fandom behind Supergirl and what it's meant to you? Makad, you're the first person on my screen up there. I'd just love to hear your thoughts on the fans and just the fan support behind this series.
I would just say that having done so many Comic-Cons, just meeting so many people who are actually moved to tears about the things that a lot of the topics that we've touched on, some of the social justice, and just how we've been an inspiration for so many people. It's just really humbling. And I mean, I think everybody here can tell you that, like, sometimes we're working 15, 16-hour days. And sometimes you get discouraged, or maybe that's the wrong word, but sometimes it's hard to remember why you're doing this. When you meet those fans, those 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds and 45-year-olds who have tears in their eyes, you remember why. And I've done a lot of work, but I've never seen people affected in such a positive way.
It's awesome. That's
So
awesome. I
there's
think
that.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that's exactly how he's. And throughout the seasons, like so many issues and it's just so much evolution of the characters themselves and the relationships and what's brought this whole idea of aliens versus humans and that whole thing. And my gosh, yeah, it's such a beautiful series that could have just went very one note and very action movie-y, you know what I mean? But really doesn't. It's about the characters and the relationships.
It's not just allegorical too, because like I got to tell my story of when I was accosted by the police when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And the writers really held space for that, and the show held space for that. And I think that really brought some things to light for a lot of people.
Yeah, awesome. Jesse, what was it like? You came in, the show had already started. It was obviously up against a lot, not competition, but it was the new kid on the block, right? It had to it came in first, not being a part of the Arrowverse, then got brought into that universe, and then became one of the most popular shows in that world, and then you come in as this fun character.
And then the show really started to pick up.
And then when Brainiac comes in, no, but we start to really deep dive into those, like, you're a Superman nerd, you know those aliens. I'm setting you up, Jesse, to be like, the show was crap before you came in, but then when you came in, what was it like? No. What was it like coming into the show, sort of like midway through everything?
It was. I mean, it was a crazy, hectic time. Happened so fast, and I just remember, my first days on set and being on the Legion ship and seeing, Melissa in a water chamber, submerged under a water chamber in the Supergirl suit, and just like a moment of like this is crazy, like it was very surreal for me. It's like I had been a fan of the show and I had just walked into my TV, and I'm a fan of all these guys. Makad, my sister and I loved Makad for so long from True Blood and everything. So walking on and meeting these people and Kyler and Melissa and everyone, it was very surreal, and I feel very blessed and very lucky to be on this show. What I think is such an important show, I'm very proud, and this show means the world to me. So yeah.
Is that why you cried? Is that why you cried when you first met me?
No. That's for another reason.
Can we not, Makata? This is true story. Are we?
No.
Okay.
A lot will bring me to tears. Anything. A sunset, a beautiful sunset.
Orange
sudden
sorbet.
breeze.
Yeah.
Jesse, quick follow up. Losing at Mario Kart. I know we got to talk.
Rarely happens.
What everyone's been doing during quarantine. The fans always want to know. But a quick follow up, Jesse. So obviously we've seen that the Brainiac is an evolution, right, of Brainiac, the original, like Superman's big arch nemesis and villain. And a lot of people are wondering, without any spoilers, would you specifically from main SXS Karsten, sorry. Would you be interested in seeing a more villainous turn or a villainous side, or do you feel any of that kind of seeping into Brainy?
I mean, last season I got to play that evil Brainy doppelganger from another world, and that was the most fun. I love playing the villains. I've always related to villains in Disney movies and other movies and stuff. I love playing the villains. It's a lot of fun. So I'm hoping that character maybe comes back in some iteration at some point. And if ever they want to hint at like OG Brainiac or like Vril Docs or something, I'm willing to shave my head.
Yeah, nice.
That's all I'm saying. I'm willing to go there.
Jesse's done his Superman research right there, throwing out some deep cut names. I like it. It. Yeah. Who's your favorite Disney villain?
Jafar.
Ooh, yeah. Good answer. Awesome. Sam, speaking of villains,
give me the lamp.
Sam, you got to come in and be the big bad for season 4, and interesting plot. I mean, at the time, that's now sort of being reflected in current society of this sort of nationalist, humans versus aliens. I hate to really draw those parallels, but it's pretty evident. You know what I mean? What was that like, kind of coming in as that character?
Well, so the producers were a bunch of sweethearts. The writers were so great. I love talking with them and getting to know them. The cast, obviously, becoming friends with the cast was a wonderful experience. What wasn't so wonderful of an experience for me personally was what I had to do, because it was so uncomfortable. The words that they gave me to say were so close. It's one thing to play a villain on some science fiction thing where it's an allegory and you can kind of remove yourself a little bit. You're still trying, but this was so close to home in terms of what the writers were putting out there and what they had to say in terms of what's happening in the world, that I had to convincingly say these hateful words. I mean, it was, every day on set, I was uncomfortable. And I remember thinking, if I'm this uncomfortable, then it means they're doing it right. You know what I mean? It means that the writers are writing it correctly, and that they're really doing something that is good and valuable if I'm this uncomfortable saying the words. So I really appreciated. I loved that they did that. I love that they kept pushing it. I love that they never allowed me to feel too comfortable. And I, said a lot of really awful things on the show thanks to them. And I'm weirdly grateful for the experience. Not weirdly grateful, actually very obviously grateful, because they were so wonderful to me. So I thought they did a great job. I thought the writers fantastic, and very uncomfortable.
We hated you too. So I'm not.
I hated me.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, I mean, it was such a powerful and still at large. I mean, who knows? Maybe Agent Liberty will return in some iteration now that we've sort of reset things. But I don't know. That was a tough. Yeah. Nicole, maybe spoilers. No. Helen and Erica, this is a lot of fans are asking a similar question for both of you at Solar Cycles, at N_award. What was it like? And I'm sure you get asked this question a lot, but what was it like to return to the DC universe after Helen? Let's start with you. After creating this character in the film world, tell us a little bit about returning to the world of the role that you made iconic in the 80s.
When I get asked this question, I think of that first table read when we were all at the Warner Brothers for the first episode, and I know everyone here feels the same way, but the fact that they picked this incredible woman who is so kind, so loving, so warm, so talented, and she exuded that even in that first table read, and it was, I really did feel like I was getting to be part of something that was going to be very special. And I, to this day, it's just incredible that they found the perfect person to play this part, who is, I can't say enough great things. I'm a little off track, but I'll just say my husband and I went to see her on Broadway, to see Melissa play Carole King in Beautiful. And many people know because of Glee, and of course from Supergirl too, her singing and her theater chops. I can't say enough great things. So for me, it was emotional, just that this show is going to get made, and that they found such an extraordinary person. That honestly is my true answer.
That's awesome. Well, and one of my favorite episodes, I know it's a fan favorite as well, is the I forget what the title of the episode is called, but it's the flashback where they're kids. You know what I mean? Where Kara, they're both kids, and did that hold like a special place for you? You know what I mean? Playing like that sort of flashback to being the mother of these two characters. Yeah.
Yes, and the feeling of, I mean, this is, I don't know, from a mythic point of view. I'm in grad school for mythology right now, so it's probably on my brain.
Awesome.
But to have two children where one is extraordinary because she can fly and she's an alien, but the other one's extraordinary too because of her brain and her smarts and what they were able to write about with sibling rivalry, and how that gets worked out when there's this incredible love as well, or how do you find your place in the world. And I think the writers did such a beautiful job of showing that.
And it's that sister connection that really is the through line of the whole series. I think, it's like, sure, we have these extraordinary characters coming in, and there's superheroes and aliens and things like that, but it always comes back to that relationship, that sister relationship, which is why the show's so beautiful.
And I think what they do such a great job is it's complicated, but also that love is so strong that's the thing that keeps coming back to. So yeah, beautiful.
Speaking of that love, speaking of a character, Erica, you come in and take over the role of Allura,
Yeah.
you know, Kara's mother. Again, returning to the DC universe, what was that like? And then what has your experience been as, again, a fun, we thought she was dead, right? You know what I mean? We thought she died on Krypton and then was able to come back, and then you took over the role so beautifully. Tell us a little bit about your experience so far.
Well, I got a call about it. So it came very quickly because obviously they thought of bringing her back in and they didn't have their actress. And so my friend called me and she said, okay, will you do this? And I laughed, and not because it was bizarre, but just because I was delighted at the idea of it. And I was also kind of like, how are they going to, what? I'm playing her mom. And anyways, I'm always surprised at how the writers and creators of these different shows can just like kind of helicopter people in from other ones and use kind of a tongue-in-cheek kind of storytelling, but it works and it's fun. And so I had just given birth to my second son, and I was planning on just diving right into doing that for a long time. And then they gave me this call. And so I go to the set and I'm not sure what I'm going to get, right? I knew it was surreal from the moment I walked in because I felt like, don't I know this set? But of course, everybody was different, right? So it was a little bizarre. And Melissa was lovely, as everybody's saying. She was very warm and very chill. And you just never know what you're going to get on a set when you, as you guys all know, when you kind of pop in. And she, because of her attitude, because of the way she created a trickle effect. And the whole set was incredibly warm. And I think everybody felt free to and comfortable to be themselves. And awesome. So, yeah, I had a good experience. Again, I just did little bits here and there, but I enjoyed it.
Well, I know there's no spoilers, but I know there's always been a lot of love and questions about Allura's return. So I know we're hoping for it, but again, we'll see what happens down the road. In season 6.
Yeah.
Nicole, the outpouring of love for you as a person outside of the Supergirl universe is astounding. The work that you've done and the progression that you've made for the trans community, especially during these tough times, is astounding. I think we can all, give you a nice round of applause on behalf of everybody watching. And not only your work, in the books and then the documentary and just bringing attention and the court cases, we don't need to go back in there, but now to like translate that to, but now to translate that to like a medium where people feel the freedom to escape and when they're seeing people that are like them, you know what I mean? It just really affects a lot of folks. And I want to shout out some of the handles that wanted to show their love at eGremley05, MLTI Fandom, Valkyrie88A. They just want to know a little bit about how it was. And a brand new character created. Obviously, it's based on an original DC Comics character of Dream Girl, but now this is the ancestor Dreamer. What was it like coming in and just having that full acceptance that, yes, like this is a transgender superhero coming into our universe?
I mean, it was just so, kind of to echo what everybody else has said, it's just been so surreal. And I think for me, especially coming in kind of completely green, completely brand new, and I had never really done anything like this before, it was nerve-wracking because I really felt like I was learning on the job. And now it's kind of like, all right, here, get up on this thing and do super heroics and try to keep up with all of these heavy hitters. But I've been so incredibly just blessed and happy to get to work with everybody on set, and everyone is so talented and so amazing. And of course, I have to echo everybody else and say Melissa is just so amazing. And so getting to, learn super heroics from her was incredible. And she just totally sets a tone for the set that was so welcoming and so judgment free. And I felt so sort of put at ease from the moment I stepped on set. And so it was so incredible. And then just to, get to be able to bring this character to life and to get to create this character who means something so profound for an entire group of people and people outside of the trans community, hearing their love and support for Dreamer and for Nia has been so incredible. And it just kind of has humbled me and made me so happy to see like, okay, yeah, we can have a trans superhero who is appealing, outside of the community, and people just appreciate her as a hero and not as this trans character, not as this, pillar for the community, just as a really cool hero with really cool powers that is more powerful than Supergirl herself. And there I said it.
Oh, you heard it here first. We were going to ask. That was going to be the question. Who's more powerful, Dreamer or Supergirl?
Snap. I hope people are recording this beef.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm ready to throw down.
Beef.
I can spotlight your video, Nicole, if you want to make a statement right now. Official.
I mean, I'm just saying, she sees the future. She can astral project. I got fancy gloves, and so now I can shoot dream energy bolts.
She's doubling down. She's doubling down.
Yeah.
She's about to triple down.
That's all the things.
I know Nicole.
Point me
Nicole's
at
going
a
to
villain.
quadruple down.
Just eat them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's quick. You just quit telling.
Wow. What about everybody on this call? I mean, if you would beat Supergirl, you would beat everybody on this call too, right?
You're absolutely right.
Brainy doesn't stand a chance, obviously.
I mean, if Supergirl,
I don't know. He always sees everything coming. We saw Brainy and Nia kind of have a couple of fights now, and Nia keeps getting.
there's no question. Nicole would obviously win if it was a competition on who could fall asleep the quickest. So yes, I agree. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
Who's the best at falling asleep? Absolutely, no contest.
Like just on set, just like in the middle of the workday.
On set as well, actually, real life as well. Nicole, I have a lot of pictures on my phone of just Nicole just on her cast chair, just passed out. I can make a collage.
Listen,
I had a collage of Melissa falling asleep on year one.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't her fault though. Like the hours were just crazy. It was crazy.
Well, yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit. A lot of fans are wondering. Obviously, it's an action-heavy show, and whether you're involved like in the direct action sequence or not, I mean, just that much of production is going to be a grueling day for any character, anybody who comes in. Tell us, Rhonda Ann Smith-Cook wants to know a little bit about like, what have been the toughest days on set in terms of stunts, you know what I mean, or like specifically heavy action sequences that stand out to you as like, whoo, that was a tough day, or like that was a tough stunt to pull off. Really, from anybody who wants to take it.
All of them. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they were all
sore.
really hard. And
how about when I almost blinded you? How about that?
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it was you though. Like, I mean, it wasn't you.
Yeah, it was your fist.
No, it wasn't my fist.
No. It was his costume.
It was my costume.
And,
It was
that was tough. Like, I mean, the eye still hasn't healed yet. So like, it's
my
tough.
God. Oh,
it's not bro. It's not your fault. It's really not your fault. It's not your fault. Sam tried to kill me.
There was a piece of costume that came off like this, and I had to put him in this thing, and it went right into his eye. This big
crazy.
plastic plate, the Liberty. Anyway, I'm talking about it publicly now. Here it is. Oh God.
Yeah, it's all good. But that's part of war, and I think like we take our jobs really seriously, and we go hard, and costumes fall apart. It is what it is. But as an actor, you're a consummate professional, and you did your job, and I did my job, and unfortunately, the costume didn't, and that is what it is. But I mean, there was a time, and I think must have been the end of season 4. We were out in the street, and it was like Rainey came in, Sam, you came in, the truck was exploding, I was fighting. I think Martian Manhunter came at that point. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember.
Nicole was there.
Nicole was there.
Sam threw a car at us.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that day, I think that was 2 days, right? That was like a 2-day shoot.
Maybe.
That was so grueling because it was so piece by piece. It's like, Jesse would punch somebody and that would take 20 minutes or 30 minutes, right?
Or when he
do a
came
flip
in
over
to
something.
block
So slow at punching.
the car, and he fully tackled.
Right.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah, I tackled you.
Listen, we had a lot of injuries in that show. Like,
Yeah.
of course, and many of them are unavoidable when you're doing those kind of action sequences. But
Yeah.
it was taxing, very taxing.
I did a slide last season of the Leroy Jenkins slide, and It took me a while to recover from that slide. We must have done it like 20 times, and so yeah.
You never think that there's a stunt or something they'll give you to do, and you'll do it once or twice, and you're like, not a big deal. But it's the 14th time that you're like, oh,
yeah. And then they're like, all you're doing is going on your tippy toes, but you're like, you do it 150 times, and then the next day,
on the 15th take, you're like, oh nope, that one shattered bone.
Yeah. I
Helen,
kicked a chair. Anyway,
Helen, I know Helen, you weren't involved in as many crazy events like this or stunts, but was there a particular set piece or scene or day that was like especially emotional, or maybe like emotionally taxing? Or
she's like, anytime I had to work with Jesse.
No, I had a scene with Melissa on the back porch. She was struggling. I actually can't remember what we were actually saying to each other, but I remember just being very heart opened. Like it was sort of comforting her, some version of comforting her, and about being comfortable with who you are in your own skin, or being authentic. And that exchange, I remember just not thinking it was a scene that would be emotional, but it actually did feel I felt very teary in that moment, I guess. Yeah.
That's sweet. Yeah, no.
I have a great answer.
No. I mean, those are, again, we've said it already. Like that's what makes the show work so well, is like getting both of those angles. You know what I mean? That you get the heavy action, you get the fun, but then it breaks down to just the characters and having their emotional moments with each other. And that's what really, I think,
I remember another one too with Kyler, where I think it was in season 1, where she was saying to me, it was so painful, like you basically favored Kara over me, or I needing to, and me saying, I've always thought that you were the mother being able to like hopefully change the narrative of how much she loved her, and how special she really is, and how she is a Supergirl too, and just that incredible painful thing of a mother being misunderstood, but also of a child having this sense that they are not valued, or that they're less than. And I think the writers did a great job of exploring that in those scenes. Yeah.
There was a question, and maybe Erica, you can talk about this a little bit. There's a question from a fan at Solar Cycles again. Hi, for Helen and Erica. As Kara's both biological and foster moms, what do you think? Would you like to see a conversation between the two play out? If that scene could happen, Erica, what do you think?
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Right?
I always like I like contentious scenes, so I'd like something that was like a little bit less. I mean, I've already done all the ones where you say all the proper mom things, where you kind of go in and like give all the really earthy advice. But in my everyday life, I have those moments where I'm not particularly succinct or probably a very good mom, and I walk away and I go, oh my gosh, what did I just do? So I think that would be a fun thing to do and to represent, because a lot of times you get this kind of like perfect mom image, and then when you're actually doing it, you're not always doing those perfect things. You have your freak outs, and then you have to kind of come back around and talk to your kid. And so a little fight would be nice.
Awesome. We're hoping for that for sure. This is from Clueless Flash Fan. So funny name there. How much input do you all have? Every show is different, obviously. And I know superhero series are infamously secretive in terms of when you're getting the scripts and what and what's happening next. But they're just curious how much input you had in the creation or the direction of your characters. How collaborative is Supergirl between you, the actors, and the writers? Comparatively, I guess, to other shows.
They were wonderfully open to ideas, totally open to ideas. It was awesome. I loved that aspect of it, because they came in, they always have these very wonderful ideas about where they want things to go, but they do appreciate that the actors know the characters and know how to get there sometimes in an unexpected way, and they are open to hearing what that is.
That's awesome. But God, you have, I'm sure you get this question a lot, but you obviously are taking, a character that's known for Superman series, being the best friend of Clark Kent, you know what I mean? And being in Metropolis. Oh, can you hear us all right? might not be able to hear us anymore. Who wants to answer for Makad?
I think he's frozen.
Yeah, I think he might have. Makad, you can hear us.
He's back.
Sometimes you just have to turn your video off and on and kind of get re-upped on the.
I think it says you're muted, Makad.
Muted. I think Makad's muted.
I'm going to ask him to unmute.
Makad!
I'm sorry.
Blink if you're in danger.
We can hear you, Makad. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, perfect.
Did someone ask you a question?
Yes, I was just saying, we were just talking about working with the writers and, the creation of your characters and how much input you had as an actor. You infamously played a part that is very known for like the Superman universe and Metropolis and those comics. And then now crossing over into the Supergirl world, what was that like taking your own, like having your own take on Jimmy Olsen, who had been known as this very specific type, you know what I mean, for generations in comics?
I didn't see any difference in the DNA of the character.
Yeah.
I remember I asked, well, who is Jimmy Olsen? The writer said, you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's very rare that writers actually allow you to sort of find your character within the realm of your life experiences. And I'm very grateful. I'm really, really thankful for how they approach that, especially in the later seasons, for me in particular.
That's beautiful. It's such an awesome answer to hear. You know what I mean? Just that they were like, it's you. You know what I mean? Like you're the character, and we'll write for you. It's awesome.
Yeah, also kind of scary because you're like, okay.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing
because they don't know about Jimmy Olsen. But it worked out.
Jesse, how about Brainy? We obviously, we obviously know Brainiac, you know what I mean, as the arch villain of Superman, but this is a new iteration of him again. And my favorite part of Supergirl is how deep they get into the universe of all the different planets and aliens and and some of these like deeper characters. And Brainiac 5, what was it like kind of bringing your life to that character?
Well, Brainiac 5 isn't actually a new character. He's been around for 70 years, and so there's so much, there's always new things I'm unearthing and finding and learning about the character. And, it's I kind of treat it as like, let me just absorb as much information as I possibly can and try to find any opportunity in what we're given in the scripts to like pay homage to this moment or this moment, whether it be in his demeanor or in even just the way he stands that could, that could mimic a cover from an old Legion comic or something like this. That's my goal, is to always kind of, tip my hat to certain things of throughout the history of the character. Awesome. So I'm always learning more about the Brainiac character, Brainiac 5, through the fans and through the material. So it's constantly evolving. Quite literally, actually, in terms of last season, his personality is evolving and changing. So it's a very exciting and fun time as an actor to be doing this because I can constantly reinvent the character and. Like there's no other genre where I could do this, you know what I mean? Where I could play 6 different versions of myself in one scene. Like it's, I feel lucky for that reason. Yeah.
You got robbed in the Emmy. There was one scene where I think you played, 4 people in one different scene. I was just like,
thanks, man.
So good. Anmoto_07 is asking on Twitch, Jesse, do you prefer being green or blue? Very important question. Green.
I mean, I fought for green.
Just right away.
Green.
Guys, bye.
I fought. The color didn't really bother me as much as the physical prosthetic of the forehead was an issue. I mean, I always wanted him to be green because that's the way he looked in the comics.
Sure.
And I love the new look, but mostly because of the fact that I don't have to wear the light bulbs on the forehead, which they get hot, and it's it's a process to put that thing on. So and to take it off too. So I love the new look of Brainiac, and hopefully there's no flashback scenes anytime soon where I get back in the blue. But I'm always down to do it if it makes sense in the script. I'll go back to the blue and the forehead lights. You know.
Yeah.
Take one for the team.
This time has flown by. You know, it's so cool to get so many of you that are just from different aspects of the show, if you will. And so we appreciate all being here. For the fans asking questions and showing their love in the chat, just remember you can purchase those one-on-one video chats, which will take place in 3 days' time. So if you have a more specific question for each one of these folks, definitely take advantage of that if you can at wizardworldvirtual.com. I want to do a quick, just sort of rapid fire, a couple of fun fan questions coming in. Elise Gremley wants to know, what is your favorite Arrowverse crossover? Who's got a favorite crossover episode or from the seasons?
I like the one where when the Flash first came over to Supergirl.
Oh, the original,
yeah. That's my favorite too, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Crisis, man. It was Crisis. It was dope.
That one was fun.
It was like, you know, it just reminded me of like me sitting on my carpet as a kid playing with my action figures and then being like, and then He-Man enters and fights, you know, Zordon.
That's true.
It was just like, it was fun.
It was epic.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
It was a lot of fun.
It is a child's imagination put onto the screen.
And then Brandon playing two parts. Erica, my gosh, how was it to like go back to Smallville? I know you probably get asked a lot, but that was such an awesome scene.
It was so fun. I mean, it was just a little blip, but I thought they did a nice job of tying everything up. And it was odd, you know, you haven't seen somebody for 10 years or whatever, and all of a sudden you walk on set and you're like, hey, what's up, dude? And it's like, it worked out so well. It was bizarre because it would be like two Loises and two Clarks, and we were talking to each other and kind of sharing stories. But yeah, that's one of the things is that they just kind of mix everybody together, throw them in, and they create pretty cool storylines.
Yeah. I love that was like the happy ending Superman. You know what I mean? It was like no powers, just living the life on a farm, Smallville style. Super.
Yeah, it was cool.
So cool. If you had to have for Helen specifically, but then everyone always wants to know if you've taken anything from set. Obviously there's a lot of cool props. You guys are mid-show, so I'm sure it's impossible, but Helen, anything, any memorabilia?
It's not impossible.
Okay, perfect. Good. I like where we're going with this. Helen, any memorabilia from the original Supergirl movie or series? Oh man.
No. and sometimes at the Comic-Cons, I'm so shocked. Like somebody brought an original Supergirl leotard with the S that I wore in 1980.
That was me.
Yes, I bought the leotard. Makata and I share it. We send it.
Jesse, you stretched it out.
We switch every other weekend.
It looks like it fits.
In all the right places.
There's just no way I could have ever, I remember that was like mostly what I was thinking. There's just no way I could have ever fit into that dance leotard from the 80s, basically. And we would take jazz class, you know, at 3 p.m. Anyway.
Yeah, you represented early on in the 80s, you know what I mean? And I mean, paved the way for now what is, you know, some awesome women roles and lead women roles in series. So we appreciate that. As tight and silly as that costume may have been at the time, it definitely paved the way. So we appreciate you setting that bar back then.
Thank you, Helen.
Yeah, so awesome. Jesse, you seemed like you were hinting like you've definitely taken.
I have a little crystal from the Fortress of Solitude. In fact, it's right over here. I'll get it.
Oh
so he's admitting the theft, and
that's like
during the show.
There's a lawsuit.
Wow.
They're just gonna.
You wait until after the show, and then you say, "Yeah, I stole this and this and this," but you don't say, "Wow, the show."
It's a bold move for someone whose fate is up in the air.
Ooh. Burn, Jesse!
Man.
You got burned.
You didn't
while
hear
you were
that,
away
did you, Jesse? No.
Oh no.
Nicole burned you. Wow, no, you need to bring that back.
Look at that.
That's an important message from Jor-El. You don't know like what
it was. Yeah, it was the scene where Nicole like was learning her powers and she like blasted a bunch of it and there were a bunch of shattered pieces. And I was like, "Can I have this piece?"
Oh, so you didn't steal it?
Oh, well, they were like, "Don't tell anyone."
Well, don't tell anyone, Jesse. Please don't tell anyone.
Wow. Okay.
Don't ever tell anyone.
I'm only good at following directions.
So evidently, you just called everyone watching this no one. So there's that.
Oh.
Jesse, Nicole said your fate is up as a character, so you need to be careful. Dreamer's coming back. We know that, or we hope that for sure. But
I mean,
well, the great thing about Jesse is that if they fire Jesse for stealing things from the set, there is another actor that I know of that could handle the Brainiac part, and has done so before on one occasion.
True.
I learned from the best,
That's
Jesse.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Here, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, that's right.
See that? And then this.
That was the most fun. That was such a fun day when Sam was playing when Sam was playing me playing him, whatever, however you want to look at that. It was a blast.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Nicole, we talked a little bit, again, no spoilers. We don't want to spoil anything coming up in 6, but we obviously got sort of a cut short 5, right? You know what I mean? Because we had to stop at 19, but still like cool, a lot of cliffhangers. Anything that you were just looking forward to character-wise without giving plot details away, or things that you're excited for coming up in season 6?
Without giving away any spoilers, we of course know that Brainiac's fate kind of is up in the air right now, and we know that Nia has seen that he's been helping them all along, and that now he's in danger. And so I'm really excited to see the resolution of that, and kind of seeing how they deal with, oh, so maybe I shouldn't have yelled at you in front of all of these nice people. Yeah. And then also, just seeing is Brainiac going to be okay? I think it's going to be really fun. So
we already shot it. We shot it last season. We shot,
and we don't know if he's okay.
Right. I mean, we had shot 70% of the last episode of episode 20 last season. So who knows what's happened to that footage? If when we come back, we're going to reshoot that or not? Like, we don't know. But it was cool, man. Like, I hope everyone gets to see it, and I hope
good scenes.
Yeah, like, it's gonna be cool. Like, the beginning of the next episode is like awesome for the opening. So I hope it stays, and we don't really kind of change it that much. We'll have to reshoot some stuff, but obviously we don't really know 100% what's happening. We have loose plans on what we're gonna do, but like, there is a storyline that they're breaking in the writer's room right now that I'm very excited for, because I'm not saying it's not a Legion story, but it's what I think the essence of the Legion of Superheroes is.
Awesome.
So I'm excited for that.
I bet if we let Jesse talk for like 5 more minutes, he would give away the entire plot.
Totally.
No, he absolutely would.
Pulls out like a full scroll.
Yeah.
Absolutely would. Do you guys have a date when you come back?
This is subject to change, but our working date is like this September 28th or something like that.
And how are they going to do it? Has anyone heard how? Because I'm also scheduled to come back for a couple of episodes.
Right. I mean, actors will have to come here and quarantine here in the States. There's like a whole bunch of COVID rules that will be passed down to us that we'll learn together. But yeah, just in terms of like the whole rules of how things are going to work on set,
how they do it.
we don't know 100% yet. Like, Robert and Jessica, like, they're going to be told that by like Warner Brothers or whatever. So I don't know. It's still, we don't know yet.
Tyler Perry has like this model in Atlanta that's like, he's on a military base. I don't know if you guys have heard. And then all the actors go and they quarantine for 14 days. Everybody is on the whole base.
So I've shot there.
Oh, what was that like?
It's incredible, but it's very self-sufficient. So he can do something that other people can't do.
It's so contained. Right?
Yeah, because you never actually have to leave the set even to get street scenes, right? Like, you never have to leave the lot, I should say. There's hospitals in the lot. There's homes and neighborhoods. Like, I mean, it's unbelievably large.
Wow.
That lot it's like, it's so cool how like a building will be on this side, it's like the town hall, and then on this side it's a police station, and on that side of the building
it's a mansion. Yeah.
So on every 4 sides of the building it's a different location, you know. It's pretty it's pretty
so
awesome.
To answer your question, we're all just going to bring sleeping bags and sleep on set.
Yeah. I heard there's a lot of like assigned crew members too. So it's like makeup person A can only work with actor A and only move between actor A and director A or something crazy.
I think it's like pods.
That's
what I heard.
And each pod will have like a COVID person apparently.
Wow.
My girlfriend
is like Crafty is going to be all self-wrapped. Like there's no more craft service in the way we understand it. It's
I'm out.
Like airplanes. Everything's wrapped and it's you can sort of have a snack, but it's been completely shrink wrapped and whatever.
I'm gonna say, guys, bring your own snacks.
Bring your own snacks.
At this point.
Eric, what'd you say? Yeah, what were you saying about?
My girlfriend's shooting right now, and so she had to do a lot of stuff via Zoom and get feedback for some of the people that didn't come in, and a lot of mask wearing and that sort of thing. And also, she ended up has to do a lot of COVID tests throughout the shoot.
Where are they shooting right now?
She's in Ontario right now, which is ironic because they're having such a hard time.
Yeah.
But yeah, she says it's a very bizarre thing. It's kind of like this thing that we're doing here, where it's like some of it's virtual. She's getting her notes virtual. She's doing some of her own touch-ups after she gets she's the this is the first start. By the time you guys are doing yours, it's going to be a completely different zone probably, but she says it's really weird. She goes, "Oh, I got to act with an actor today." It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What is happening?
If I have to paint myself green, it's
so green.
You might have to.
That's where we draw the line. That's where we draw the line.
Rainey really doesn't look good this season. He looks ill more so.
Well, I don't mean to cut you all off.
Construction paper cutouts of everything.
Yeah, my gosh. Yeah. Jesse Rath paints himself. That could be a whole YouTube series. Jesse Rath paints himself.
I'll do tutorial videos.
Yeah. I'd watch it.
Yeah,
I'd watch it.
See? But you have to wear the Supergirl tights the entire time while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Wait, as a viewer?
Whatever.
That's really strange.
Yeah. All right, I don't mean to cut this off, but this has been such a show. I want to speak on behalf of the fans. Say thank you again for giving us this break. When you do go back to shooting, as a fan, we can't wait to see new seasons and new content, but we will wait if it means people are being healthy and safe. So you know what I mean? When you do go shoot, again, stay safe and stay healthy, and don't do it if you don't have to. We will wait as long as we can wait till everyone gets healthy for season 6 of Supergirl and all of your upcoming projects. We appreciate it. Let's go one quick time around the room. We've got a couple, we're over a little bit here, but let's just go one quick time. Just shout out to all the fans again watching from around the world: Israel, Brazil, Europe, Canada, South America, all tuning in. So I'd just love to kick it off. Makad, why don't you get us started?
Sorry, my audio was breaking up.
That's okay. That's okay. Just one final shout out to the fans that are watching.
Oh, just want to say hi to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys. Really love you guys, and you guys are the reason that we do this. So thank you so much for your support and your love throughout the years. It means so much to us.
Thanks, Makad. Jesse?
Thank you for your love and support. We need it. It feeds us. This is very fun, and it's so nice to see all these familiar faces. And I love you all. And it's so cool that we got Lex Luthor to moderate the panel. It was very cool.
Oh man!
Nice.
Guys, shots fired.
I need some kryptonite. I don't have anything green. I have nothing green. Nothing green.
Wow.
Bald.
I'll pass you some orange, bro. Here you go.
That is.
I'll pass you something green. There you go.
Thanks.
Not all bald men are Lex Luthor, Jesse. No. Sam.
What are we teaching our children?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for understanding that I am an actor and I am not my character. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Nicole?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was so much fun. And thank you for your continued patience as we try to get everything back on board. Season 6 is going to be amazing. And I know you guys are going to love it.
Awesome. Erica?
Oh, just thanks, guys. It was really fun to hang out and really cool to hang out in this kind of way. So thanks for showing up, and stay safe and have a good time with your families.
Thanks. And you can see Erica again on August 22nd with the cast of Smallville here. So come on back for that. And last but not least, the legend, the original Supergirl herself, Helen Slater. My gosh, thank you so much for being here. Final thoughts for the fans.
Just thank you so much, everybody, for showing up, and just wishing everyone peace and well-being, and practice self-care, and please wear your masks, and we will get through this. And
Yes.
When John Lewis, the great John Lewis, passed away, Congressman John Lewis and civil rights giant John Lewis passed away, there was this great story told where every day in Congress, you could go up to him and say, "What's the word today, John? What's the word today?" And he would say something like kindness or courage or peace. And I wish this for all of us, that we practice that through these super difficult times, and love the fans and love seeing everybody here. And thank you for doing this.
Really thank you, Helen. Well said. Way to wrap that up there. Supergirl, right? The message of hope, I think, is what we can all kind of latch onto right now. So we appreciate that. Please, Wizard World virtual fans watching from around the world, one more big round of emojis for the amazing cast of Supergirl. It's here for Makad Brooks, Jesse Rath, Sam Whitwer, Helen Slater, Nicole Maines, and Erica Durance, everybody. Booyah! Oh man, amazing. They're gonna switch their cameras off and head home for the day, but they will be back in 3 days for one-on-one video chat. So please take advantage of that. You can purchase those at wizardworldvirtual.com. Again, that's wizardworldvirtual.com. Also head to the Wizard World Vault, wizardworldvault.com, where you can take a look at those other experiences like autographs, video recorded messages, memorabilia, and works of art from our artists and vendors from around the globe. So please support them if you can. Some amazing panels coming up. I mentioned August 22nd. Erica will be back with Tom Welling, Kristen, Michael Rosenbaum, Laura Vandervoort, Kristen Crook for the cast of Smallville. So come on back for that. In 2 hours' time, we'll have some of the cast members of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We're talking to the cast of Reign tomorrow, Freaks and Geeks on Thursday, Harry Potter and Arrow on Friday. The list doesn't stop, so keep following us at Wizard World on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for those updates and those alerts. My name is Mike G. You know me and you've seen me as Lex Luthor, the host of the Supergirl panel. Please follow me at Mike G Does Things if you'd like to get those questions in earlier. This has been a blast. Can't wait for episode 20 of season 5 and then season 6 of Supergirl. In the meantime, go binge the series. It's a fun rewatch, getting back and seeing it all from the beginning again. So on behalf of Wizard World Virtual Experiences, have a great day, morning if you're watching in Australia. We'll see you next time.